Welcome back to Fun Fact Factory. Today, we're exploring the bizarre world of inventions that never quite made it. From odd gadgets to downright peculiar ideas, these inventions will leave you scratching your head and maybe even laughing, but sometimes, just sometimes, those ideas go a little sideways, and that's what we're celebrating today. The glorious misfires, the inventions that made us say, what were they thinking? So, grab a snack and let's dive right into a collection of contraptions so weird, so wacky, they'll make you glad they stayed lost in the annals of history. Alright folks, buckle up, because we're kicking things off with a doozy, the baby cage. Back in the early 1900s, some folks thought it was a brilliant idea to give their babies some fresh air by suspending them several stories above the bustling city streets. I mean, who needs a balcony when you can have a metal box precariously dangling from your apartment window, right? Now, I'm all for a good dose of fresh air, but this just seems like an accident waiting to happen. Can you imagine the anxiety of lowering your precious little one down in a cage? Not to mention the pigeons, the noise, the weather, the sheer terror in the baby's eyes. It's no surprise this invention didn't exactly fly. Thankfully, common sense, and probably a few near misses, prevailed and the baby cage faded into obscurity. Still, it makes you wonder, what were they thinking? Next up on our journey through the wacky world of failed inventions, we have a device that promised to bring music to our ears every time our furry friends barked, the musical dog collar. Imagine this. You're strolling through the park, enjoying a peaceful afternoon with your beloved canine companion. Suddenly, a squirrel darts across your path. Your dog naturally erupts in a flurry of barks and tail wags. But instead of the usual canine symphony, you're met with a jaunty tune, a classical concerto, a polka perhaps? The idea behind the musical dog collar was to replace the harsh sound of barking with something more pleasant. But as you can imagine, it didn't quite work out that way. Instead of a harmonious melody, it probably sounded like a chorus of kazoos stuck in a blender. Thankfully, this invention never really took off. I guess people realized that sometimes a dog's bark is best left unmusicalized. Hold on to your seats, folks, because we're about to delve into the fascinating world of bathroom innovation. Or, at least, attempted innovation. I'm talking about the toilet paper holder with a built-in alarm. Picture this. You're enjoying a quiet moment in your bathroom, taking care of business, when suddenly, beep, beep, beep! You freeze, heart pounding in your chest. What's that infernal noise? Is the house on fire? Is it an alien invasion? No, my friends, it's just your toilet paper holder, letting you know that you're running low on the good stuff. But let's be honest, who needs that kind of pressure in their lives? Thankfully, the toilet paper panic button never quite caught on. I guess people realize that some things are better left unalarmed. Alright, let's talk about invisibility, or at least one very misguided attempt at achieving it. This next invention on our list takes us into the realm of science fiction, gone wrong. I'm talking about the infamous Invisible Man suit. This contraption, dreamt up by an inventor with more ambition than optical physics knowledge, involved a complex system of mirrors strategically placed around a suit. The idea was that these mirrors would reflect the surroundings, making the wearer appear invisible. In theory, it might have worked if the wearer stood perfectly still against a perfectly matched background. But in the real world, with its constant movement and ever-changing light, the Invisible Man suit probably looked more like a walking funhouse mirror. So, while the dream of invisibility might live on, the Invisible Man suit remains a hilarious reminder that sometimes, reality is just too darn visible. Get ready to tickle the ivories, folks, because we're about to dive into the world of automated music with the self-playing piano. This invention, a marvel of engineering in its time, was designed to bring the joy of music to homes without the need for a human pianist. Imagine no more practicing scales or struggling through Chopin. Just flip a switch, sit back, and let the mechanical maestro serenade you. Sounds great in theory, right? But in reality, the self-playing piano lacked one crucial element: soul. It could play the notes, sure, but it couldn't replicate the nuances, the emotions, the human touch that makes music truly special. It would be like listening to a robot recite Shakespeare, technically correct, but utterly devoid of feeling. So, while the self-playing piano might have been a technological marvel, it serves as a reminder that sometimes, the best things in life are best left to human hands. Let's talk about sustainability, or at least one very crumbly attempt at it. The edible cup promised to revolutionize beverages while saving the planet one sip at a time. Why wash dishes when you can just eat your cup? No more dirty mugs, no more water wasted. Enjoy your beverage and then chomp down on the container. Sounds like a win-win, right? Well, not so fast. Creating a cup that's both sturdy and tasty is a tall order. Most edible cups were either too hard or dissolved too quickly. Sometimes it's okay to stick with the classics. Hold on to your smelling salts, folks, because we're about to step back in time to the Victorian era, a time of corsets, etiquette, and apparently, a whole lot of fainting. That's right, this next invention on our list is dedicated to the art of passing out in style, the fainting couch. Back in the Victorian era, it was practically an art form, a way for ladies to express their delicate sensibilities. And what better way to swoon in style than on a dedicated fainting couch? These couches, often ornately carved and upholstered in luxurious fabrics, were designed to provide a soft landing for those prone to a little lightheadedness. But let's be honest, fainting isn't exactly a common occurrence these days. So, while the fainting couch might have been all the rage in the 19th century, it's now relegated to antique shops and historical dramas. Still, there's something oddly charming about the idea of having a designated fainting spot. Alright folks, let's talk about a dream that just won't die, the flying car. This invention has captured imaginations, promising a future where traffic jams are a distant memory. But the flying car remains stubbornly grounded in the realm of what-ifs. The idea of a vehicle that can transition from road to air has been around for decades. We've seen countless prototypes and promises of imminent liftoff. But we're still stuck in rush hour traffic. So, what's the holdup? Creating a vehicle that's both a safe car and a reliable aircraft is no easy feat. There are technical challenges, regulatory hurdles, and air traffic control complexities. So, while I haven't given up hope, I'm not holding my breath. Alright folks, let's talk about our furry friends again, but this time on a slightly less harmonious note. This next invention on our list is a stark reminder that even with the best intentions, sometimes we miss the mark: the electric shock dog collar. The electric shock collar, as its name suggests, delivered a mild shock to a dog's neck whenever they barked excessively or engaged in other unwanted behaviors. The idea was to associate those behaviors with discomfort, thereby discouraging them. Thankfully, the use of shock collars has been widely condemned as inhumane and potentially harmful to dogs. So while the electric shock collar might have been marketed as a quick fix for dog training, it serves as a reminder that compassion and understanding are far more effective than punishment. After all, our furry friends deserve our love, not our shocks. Get ready to strike a pose, folks, because we're about to delve into the world of fashion. Disposable fashion, that is. This final invention on our list is a testament to the ever-changing whims of style and the pursuit of convenience: the paper dress. Now, I appreciate a good fashion statement as much as the next person, but even I have to admit the idea of a dress made entirely out of paper seems a bit impractical. But back in the 1960s, the paper dress was all the rage. It was marketed as a cheap, disposable alternative to traditional clothing, perfect for parties, events, or even just a day at the office. But in reality, the paper dress had a few major drawbacks. One spilled drink, a sudden downpour, or even just a little too much dancing, and your stylish ensemble would be reduced to a soggy mess. So while the paper dress might have been a fun, quirky fad, it's no surprise that it didn't stand the test of time. From baby cages to flying cars, these inventions remind us that creativity can lead to some truly bizarre ideas. Which one did you find the weirdest? Let us know in the comments below. Do you think any of these could be reimagined for modern use? It's a testament to the power of human ingenuity that we never stop inventing, even if those inventions sometimes turn out to be hilariously misguided. So, the next time you come across a strange or wacky invention, don't just dismiss it. Take a moment to appreciate the creativity, the ambition, and yes, even the absurdity of it all. Until then, let's keep exploring the weird and wonderful world of inventions, both successful and not so much. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more fun facts. Thanks for watching and see you next time.